Okay, I have a start. Informative writing, guys. This was a lesson of week 9. Let me remind you with that list. Why do we write explanatory or informative? Informative and explanatory both, they have the same meanings or the same purpose. You can write on Google informative writing or informative essay, or you can write explanatory essay. You are going to find the same rules and the same type of writing. Okay, we have a purpose to increase knowledge. This is our first purpose, to increase knowledge. I write in order to what? In order to let you know more about one topic or one issue. Okay. For example, I'm going to write about football or the history of football. If I can ask you, I'm going to collect some information about the history of football. It was originated in England, okay, and it was first played in England 200 years ago, and then you are going to write about the rules, about the history of football, how they were playing, and how do they play. So when you are going to write any side or informative essay, it means that you are going to give the reader knowledge. You are going to give the reader facts. You are going to give the reader more information than what he has. When writing an informative or explanatory text, the writer answers questions of why and how. Okay. Informative essay writing educates the reader by importing straightforward information on a certain topic. I give you a certain information, straightforward information about a topic, about the superheroes. Are they fictional or non-fictional, and so on. So, uh, excuse me, Ibrahim Zahrani, you have to rename yourself. Please, guys, if you enters with your by your mother or your father iPhone, you have to write your name. Okay? I want to know who attended with me. So, who has a question about, first of all, about the informative or explanatory side? Nam, do you have a question? Fuad, do you have a question? Mishari,
No.
Lapur.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Mister.
Yeah, go on, go ahead.
What means knowledge? Knowledge.
Knowledge means information. What you
Oh,
learn
okay.
from the world is knowledge.
Purpose. Purpose.
Purpose is the goal or the aim. Yes,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Yes, guys. I'm all.
The sound, I cannot hear you very well.
By the
Yeah.
way, I bought my mic on my
Yes.
throat. What can I do more? I bought my mic on my throat. What can I do more? Just to try to raise your audio volume. Can you hear me, boys? Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. No.
And now, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let me continue because this is a long story. This is a long lesson. We have to focus on each part of that. Elements of excellent informative essay. We have some rules or some uh, basic parts in order to write an explanatory essay or informative essay. A well-written informative essay. Let me show you. You'll use the highlighter. A well-written informative essay should include the following elements. Number one, has an introduction. That introduction, a topic, and it grabs the reader attention. When you grow up and be in grade 5, you are going to know how can you write a drawing attention introduction. Number two, it clearly conveys information and idea about the topic. You are going to write the information clearly with no complex or complication. Clearly organize our ideas and information using strategies such as compare, contrast, cause and effect, definition, and classification. We have, yeah, okay, wait, let me see. Muhammad Amin. Yeah, go
What
on.
does mean conveys
What
in
is
the
it?
third?
Conveys means transfer or gives. I convey, I change or I transfer it. I change information and ideas about the topic. Or I'm sorry, I send or give. So convey means to like I convey my message to all my students. I give my message to all the students. It means give or transfer. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, unmute yourself. Or mute yourself. That's what I meant. Okay, clearly organize the ideas. You have to organize the ideas. Do you remember when we started those kind of words that I use in order to organize my words or my paragraph first, next, after that, finally, at the end, as a result? You can use also cause and effect. You remember when we started cause and effect, comparing, okay, classification order to classify items and so on. Okay, you can also using formatting graphics, multimedia such as hyperlink when it's appropriate. This is a high level of writing. We don't need this. Okay, who raised his hand? Muhammad Amir and Ismail.
Star.
Yes.
What mean multimedia?
Multimedia, like using graphs, like pictures in your essay. Okay, as I said, this is a high level. When you are writing an essay on the internet, you can write informative essay on the internet. You can use such things. Hyperlinks, like links of the site. Multimedia, you know, videos, graphic, and so on. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, Muhammad Amir, do you have a question? Or shall I go? Okay, Muhammad Ammar is here. Muhammad Ammar. Uh, where's Muhammad Ammar? Muhammad Ammar, close your video. Okay. Anyways, let me continue. Use precise language vocabulary appropriate to the topic. What is the meaning of precise? Perfect language or determined language. Language that related to the topic. Okay, waiting for the answer for the question. Who raised his hand? Ismail again. Yeah, go on.
No, this forum before.
Okay. Oh my God. And here, use a formal style and tune. You have to use a formal style. You are not going to Qais. Go on, Qais.
That what mean information presents presented?
Where is it? Which line?
The the
Hmm?
last the before last line.
Let me come to it and I'm gonna explain it. Okay, Mazen, go on.
Mister, what does formal style and tone mean?
Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. Formal style, it means you are going to write a formal words. Okay, you are not going to use everyday's language. You are going to use a formal words. For example, you are going to use that kind of form that you can find in a newspaper, in information, or in any kind of essay, scientific essays or scientific articles. You are not going to, hi, how are you? I am Mazen. No, no, no. You are going to write a formal style, not everyday language. That's it. Is it clear? Or shall I show you something? Mazen, what are you? You're on mute or something. Is it clear, Mazen?
Yeah, it's clear.
Let's go to Qais. End this with a conclusion. You have to start with introduction and then the body. Mazen, did you raise your hand again? Okay, and then you are going to end up with a conclusion that sums up all your ideas in just a few sentences. the main points and followed logically from information presented. Information presented, the information that you show in this essay or in this paragraph. You are going to write about football, the football. You are going to start with the history of football. What were the best teams 100 years ago, and how were the rules of football? And then you are going to give information based on what you have read and what are the resources that you based on your information and so on. So let's continue. Introduction and conclusion for information or informational writing. In many essays, the first paragraph should introduce your topic. So the introduction will be the first paragraph and include a thesis statement or claim. A thesis statement, this statement that shows what are you going to write about this topic specifically. A thesis statement is one or two statements that state your main idea. It shows you. I like to say. Okay, I know that you are gonna ask. Qais and Muhammad Amir. Let's listen to Muhammad Amir. Go on.
What does mean thesis statement?
Yeah, the thesis statement like a topic sentence. This sentence, look at here. I'm gonna highlight it. A thesis statement is one or two sentences. Let's consider it's one sentence. Okay.
Okay.
That state your main idea. You are going to write your main idea and it clearly. Okay, let me see who raised his hand. Fuad. Yes, come here, Fuad.
Mister,
Yeah.
what means include unusual fact?
Where is it?
It's in the last page.
In the
It's
previous
page
page? Page
No,
4?
yeah.
Page 4? Where is it?
In the
Here, include unusual fact.
Can't find it. Can't find it. In page 3 or page 4?
4.
In which sentence or which paragraph?
No, here in 1, 2, 3.
3? Here?
No, down. Yes, down. Yes.
Yeah. Include
Yeah.
vivid description?
Yes. What means?
This?
Yeah.
Okay, just wait. Don't go after before me. Just wait, I'm gonna clarify everything, okay? Galaxy S8, who are you? What's your name?
If
Galaxy, wait.
Mr.
What's your
I'm
name?
Ibrahim.
Wait, Ibrahim, let me rename you. You have to write your name properly. Go on, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, why do you mute yourself? Go on, Ibrahim.
Mr. What? This is a page?
Excuse me. Again?
Like we found this in the book?
Yeah, you can find the same, but with another kind of writing in the book. And you can find it on page 50.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So, lower hand Fuad, lower hand Ibrahim. Qais, what's your question?
My question, what is include an unusual fact?
Okay.
What mean?
Wait, I didn't reach it. So please don't ask me, all of you, don't ask me any questions that I didn't reach. Once I reach it, okay, you can ask me about it. Just wait. I'm still in the first paragraph here. Okay, thank you. Lower your hand. I'm gonna come to it. Okay, again, we are here still in the thesis sentence or a thesis statement. It's one or two sentences that state your main idea. You can just write in one sentence or at maximum 2 sentences what you can write a complete main idea. What are you gonna write about in this essay? A strong introduction needs to capture the reader. As I told you, if you write a strong introduction, you have to capture the reader's attention. So how can you do it? The students can use one of the following to get the readers interested right away. In order to draw the reader's attention, what can I write? Okay, include an unusual fact. You have to give him an information that he unusual. He doesn't know about it. For example, I can give you right now an information. In Mars or on Mars, you know Mars. Mars is a kind of planet. It's after the Earth. You can find a pineapple. Okay, what is it? What do you say? Then right now I draw your attention. What is pineapple that I can find on the Mars? Okay, so the pineapple is a kind of mountain that you can find on Mars. So once I say pineapple for Mars, I know that there's no creatures over there on Mars. There's no living things there. So what did you say, sir? What do you write? A pineapple, it's a name of a mountain. Okay, so you can ask a question. Do you know that a panther was playing football in past? Wait, where? A panther was playing football? Is it real? For sure, no. So we can say that the panther was a name of one of the greatest player ever. This is something to draw the reader's attention. Yes, Fuad. Just wait me, Fuad, to finish the slide. Go on.
Pineapple is a fruit.
Yeah, this is how I draw your attention. Pineapple is a fruit. How can I find it on Mars? Then I draw your attention to complete reading my my paragraph in order to know what is the pineapple. Okay. Thank you. Let me see. Ismail is out. Oh my God. Let me. Wait a minute. Okay. So include vivid description. You can describe something very clear. You can describe something very clear. For example, you are going to write a statement about your best player ever, like Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi. He is, look, okay, Mazen. I like Mazen's questions. Go on, Mazen.
Mister, what does vivid means?
Vivid means clear, crystal clear, very, very clear. You know? Where did you go? Oh my God. Mazen.
What, mister?
You got it or not? Mazen.
What, mister?
Oh my God. Have you got the meaning of that word or not?
Yes.
Oh my God. Say yes. Okay. Thank you. Mute yourself, man. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Go on. Why you have raised your hand?
I don't raise. Okay,
Oh.
I will know it.
Okay. My God. Oh my God. Grateful. Christ. Yes. Go on.
Mister,
Yes.
you finish include an unusual fact.
Yeah, include unusual fact, as I said. Include means to put an unusual fact. Like as I said, you can find a pineapple on Mars. Mars, how can I find a pineapple? This is unusual fact. Then you draw the reader's attention about this unusual fact. You know, you can find glass in ants. You know the ant. Let me show you something. Let me write something unusual to you. Okay, listen here, look. Full. Who can, let me unmute all of you. Okay, I'm muted. Who can explain this kind of fact? Yeah, who can explain this kind of fact? Ants are full of
Unusual fact.
Yeah, this is unusual fact, I know. This is unusual fact. Let me tell you the truth about it. Let me tell you the truth about it. That ants basically have a substance inside their bodies like Who opened this camera? Ismail. Okay. Ants, as I told you, ants have basically, subhanallah, they have a substance in their bodies like a glass. So this is unusual fact. You haven't heard about it before. So you are going to ask yourself, oh my God, is it real? Let me continue and read about this paragraph, or this is sad. So I draw your attention to read. If you write unusual fact, you are going to draw the reader's attention. Okay. So let me continue. So you have, in order to draw the reader's attention, you have to include unusual facts, ask some questions, okay? Include a vivid description. Okay. Examples of weak introduction and stronger introduction. Okay. Let me show you. Here, a weak introduction. Money has been important throughout history. This paper will describe the history of money and explain why people started it. Okay? It will also describe different types. Let me think of for these knives, beads, cow, and whales. These. What do they have in common? So look at here. He started to ask a question, okay, and get some information. The answer is that people have used them as a money trade. You know, he started to give you some information. Oh my God, who raised his hand? Go on. Yes, guys, go on. There's it.
Mister, what does weak introduction?
Where is it?
No,
Introduction?
the first. Yeah, weak introduction.
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 Introduction, as I told you, this paragraph, introduction, this paragraph that comes at the beginning of an essay. We have two kinds. Sometimes you are not writing a good kind of introduction, like this. You write without asking questions, without unusual facts that draws the reader's attention. You know, can you see? This is a weak introduction, and the strong
Yes.
introduction. The strong introduction. He gives you here question. He gives you that knives and beads and cows and whales were a kind of money before. So you started to how was the knives? Or I'm sorry, how were the knives? Or how knives were used as a money, and how cows were used as a money, and how whales are used as a money. I don't understand this. So you start
Yes.
to read more and more about this paragraph in order to know about those kind of unusual facts. Okay, this is how can I write a strong introduction. Okay, let me see. Fuad, yes, Fuad.
Mazen say it. What means introduction?
Introduction, as I said, it's a paragraph that comes at the beginning of each essay.
Okay. Thank you.
Ismail. Yes, go on, Ismail. Ismail, I said close your video.
It's opening by itself.
No problem. Go on. What's your question?
In the first one,
Mm.
money has been important to people through. What this mean?
Throughout history, or among the history, throughout the time of history. Mm. Is it clear? Throughout
Yeah.
means during, among. Who opens his camera? Who opens his camera? I'm going to fire him out. Clear? Clear. Let me continue, guys. As I told you, here, look at here. We have two kinds. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. But stop raising your hand, and if you don't have any question, go. Oh my God. Yes, Ismail. Why do you raise your hand again?
This is from before.
So lower your hand. Oh my God, lower your hand. Okay. No problem. Let me continue. You make me laugh. Okay. weak introduction. Money has important to people throughout. Yes, this is a regular kind of sentence. Okay, this paper will describe the history of money and explain why people started using it. It also describes different types of money. Yeah, nothing here in that introduction attracts me. Nothing here. But look at here. Think of these things: knives, bees, cows, whales, teeth. Whale teeth, really? What do they have in common? The answer is that people have used them as money. Really? How? In trade? Okay, let me see. Wait a minute. كلموا اسمي. هقول لك على حاجه. انا عندي نفس الجرين فول دلوقتي. استاذنك معلش ممكن؟ طيب اتفضل. Sorry guys. And look at here. So boys, if you just think, oh my God, cows were used as money before. This is a little bit, attractive thing. Throughout history, different cultures have used some surprising forms of currency. Oh my God. In ancient Egypt, I'm talking about ancient Egypt because my roots are from there. They were used papyrus as a kind of money. They were used bucks. They were used eggs, okay, as exchanging for trade. You hear me? Let me unmute all of you in order to know that you hear me. Can you hear me, guys? Adnan.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
We can hear you. We
okay, bye.
can.
Okay, okay, shut up. So, as I told you, boys, this kind of act, this kind of act is a little bit unusual, or what? This kind of acts were usual in the past, but right now we don't know it. Right now we are using Visa cards, we are using money, paper money or coins. But in the past they were using knives, beads, cows, whale teeth. Oh my God! And even in ancient Egypt they were using snakes. They were using snakes or the snake's skin as a kind of money. So here's I draw your attention to read more and more. This is the best way to write introduction. A strong introduction gives you information, unusual information. It gives you questions. It gives you also a vivid and clear description, and so on. Let's move to conclusion. How can we write a conclusion? Between introduction and conclusion, we are going to write a body. A body, it means that what you are going to write, the information that you are going to put in between. So, a good conclusion sums up your main point and restate these statements in a new way. You can are going to write just a few statements that describes magic. I'm sorry for any. Where's magic? Where's magic? Go on.
What does sum up your main point?
Again.
What does sum
Some
up?
some means to collect. To collect all. Some you can ask your math teacher or Miss Shaima about what is the meaning of sum. To sum up means to collect. 1 plus 2 sums 3. This is how can sum to collect all together. This is a word you can use it in math. You know, you can ask your math teacher about those kind of words. I think you have already studied before.
Yes, I study.
You are very nice, Nathan. I like you. You are my superhero. You are. Why do you mute yourself? I was talking to you. I said that you are my superhero and you are the best. Why did you mute yourself?
Because I asked my question and you answered.
Oh, mashallah, mashallah. How respectful are you, Nathan? Okay, anyways. Thank you. Okay, let me continue. As I told you, to sum up means to collect together your points in just a few words. We have already talked about money. We have already talked about money. So, what else? What can we do? Okay, we can sum up like um ducks, snakes, rats in the ancient Egypt were another kind of currencies. Many cultures used many different things as a kind of money. So now you can say that you sum up most of your points that you have already written in your essay. Students should use their conclusion to bring your writing to satisfy finish. Students can use the following strategies to wrap to finish, to conclude, to end your essay. This is the word wrap. Before you ask me, summarize the key points. Make predictions. Look at here. This is very important. Make predictions. Offer an opinion. Look at here. Summarize the key points. You can do it by yourself. Make predictions. Muhammad Amin, come here, Muhammad. I know that my students are very clever and they're gonna ask me a lot of questions. Go on, man.
What does mean prediction?
Sorry?
Prediction.
Yeah, predict to expect what comes. For example, you can predict about the money can used by what can I say? By slides that you can put beneath your skin to not be stolen. Okay, Mazen? I'm gonna go on, Mazen.
Mister, what does summarize key
Summarize
points?
means summarize to paraphrase, to just collect them. Summarize also means to collect in a few parts. Okay, I summarize my lesson today that we have talked about introduction, about how to write a thesis statement, and how can I write a conclusion. This is summarized. I just say in a few words what I have already written in just a few words.
And key points, what does it mean?
Key points, what you have already written in the essay. In the paragraph, you wrote many points, many information. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Then you are going to summarize them. You are going to collect them in just short and few words, and then you are going to write just one sentence or two sentences in order to just summarize. Summarize means to make it smaller.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Mute yourself. Lower your hand. Okay, so make reduction. Okay, let me talk about the money. How can I make a reduction? I can think about what comes next. What comes next in money? You can, right now we are using Visa and Internet and Bitcoin. We can use our eye contact in order to pay. We can, according to eye contact, I make a reduction. Offer an opinion or suggestion. Here. Offer an opinion or suggestion. Okay, you can just only make a suggestion that money right now can I suggest or give you opinion that money can be returned back as usual as exchanging. This is a kind of opinion. Look at here, this in a paragraph include informative paragraph, include an opinion paragraph that tells the topic. This is just sum up. Here we are summing up or summarizing what we have already studied. Okay? Name facts in the body of your article. Follow the facts supporting details. You have to write more details or more information. Organize your writing with transition words like what is the transition word, next, first, after that, moreover, in addition to, and those kind of words. Refer to the topic and include key vocabulary. You can write a key vocabulary about the money, like exchanging, trade, fund, and those kind of words that are related to money. I used money as we have already used it. Make closing paragraph related to your topic. Closing paragraph, which is called concluding paragraph. Now I have already ended my session, okay, because so who has a question? Please raise your hand. Ismail.
Star.
Hmm.
What mean organize your writing with translation words?
Yeah, organize your writing. As I told you, when I'm going to write a good paragraph, I have to use transition words. What are transition words? Let me show you. Transition words like next, after that, initially, like first of all, at, and now using those kind of words will organize your ideas. Okay, Mazen?
Mister,
Go.
what does refer means?
Sorry?
Refer.
Let me show you. Let me first. Where is it? In which one?
R. Refer.
Refer to the topic and include key vocabulary. Refer, you are talking about money today, okay? For example, you have to just use words that's suitable to money topic. Like what? Like fund, like exchange, like buy and sell. Those words which related to the topic of which is related to the topic of money. For example, if you are going to write about sports, you are going to use those kind of words like physical, interaction, referee, competition. Those words that comes with that topic. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Muhammad Amir, go on. Muhammad Amir.
Include an opening paragraph that tells the topic.
Yeah, as we said, as I told you, the opening paragraph, which is introduction. This is a kind of another name of introduction. You are going to start your paragraph, or you're going to start your writing with an introduction paragraph. And the introduction topic paragraph we have already talked about. Another question. Who has another question? Adnan and Badr, unmute yourself. Go on.
Mister, what mean of word rejoinize?
No. Look, it's all. Let me show you something. Okay. It's all and are organize. You know the meaning of organize? To systemize, to
Yes.
arrange your writing. Is it clear now? Organize. Okay. Okay. Who else? Please.
What mean refer to the topic?
Refer. Mazen has already asked it right now. You are going to write kind of vocabularies that related to the topic. We are talking about money. We mean that we are using those kind of words that help me to clarify my point of views, like sell and buy, like exchange, like funds, like bank, and those kind of words. Now, guys, period is finished. I have to go. This video and this explanation will be uploaded on YouTube. Thank you, and I'm gonna open my camera and don't be a little bit in order to grade you. Bye. See you. Bye. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, wait. No, you can't see me.
Where are you, mister?
Let me first open my camera. Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me?
No.
No, you are in a water, like a water.
Yeah. Oh my God. I bought like a water. That's me. Anyway.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Bye. Bye.
Bye.